Now then, this is Bob. I'm going to allow Bob to keep working, and I'll tell you a little bit about him and his history. Bob. Now Bob is from the centre of York, and he's been a pet. His owner has a wit's end because she can't control him. She can't control what she calls his anxiety. You can see he seems very anxious at the moment. Not. So basically, he's 3 years old, 3 years plus. And he's lived in the centre of York. He hasn't been out of the house for over a year because they daren't, because he chases things, cyclists, joggers, cars. In fact, they say that cars make him very anxious. He gets very wound up and very anxious because of cars. Now, the only problem I see with this dog at the moment, even though people might think that's a problem, is or are his owners. They've not been able to satisfy this dog's needs. He was bought from a farm as a cheap pet. You've obviously seen border collies on the TV, at sheepdog trials, at obedience and agility things, and thought, what a great idea. They haven't taken into account, come on Bob, they haven't taken into account this dog's need to work and chase. That's what we've been bred for hundreds of years, these dogs. So they've failed him really. So he's come here to get trained, hopefully to work sheep, and then with a view to getting him out onto a farm, to a place of work. Now, even though occasionally he's a bit rash, I'm not getting at him, I'm just allowing him to feel his feet. This is only day 2, well day 1 really. He came yesterday afternoon. It's lunchtime on Thursday now. Come on Bob, come on Bob. So yeah, so the idea is to get him trained to a reasonable standard and get him into a place of work. So a bit of rehabilitation, I suppose. So that's what we're going to try and do, and I'm going to try and give you an update throughout his training, his rehabilitation. So I'll go through what I'm doing and why I'm doing it now. So I've brought him in here, and all I'm trying to do to start with is develop his instinct, get so as he isn't doing that, so as he's wanting to herd and fetch these sheep back. And whilst doing that, I'm going to try to get a bit of a bond with this dog. I'm going to get him to so as he likes me a bit. So I'm not going to get at him. I did have him on that long line. I'm going to come off his collar, so might be a job catching him at the end, I don't know. But for now on, we're just going to allow him to run, allow him to become comfortable, and allow him to get to know me a little bit. So, hey, and all we're going to do is use that tone of voice like I did there to tell him he's done wrong. If he starts going off interest, we just come on, try and jib up a bit. Come on, Bob. So we're trying to encourage the good bits, try and discourage the bad bits. And taking account, this is day 1, training session 1. Well, it isn't even a training session, it's just letting him have a go. Good boy. So yeah, his problems have been chasing cars, chasing cyclists, biting cyclists and runners, chasing birds. So what I'm trying to do now is redirect these energies into the sheep. So there's a tractor going past at the moment. He had a little glance at it, but he wasn't that bothered, and that's because he's got something else to concentrate on, the sheep. So we give him somewhere to channel his energies. Come on. And we try to develop this herding and chasing, I suppose, instinct. Good boy. Good boy. And again, a big contrast for him is, I suppose, he's been told off for chasing things and herding things in the past, and I'm just allowing him to do it and encouraging him. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, good boy. Yeah, it was that bad. He had to have a visit to the vets yesterday, apparently, to get sedated before they could bring him. The other problem we have is that they've contacted the RSPCA, they've contacted PDSA, they've contacted Border Collie Rescue, and nobody wants to take him on. Ironic, really, when these charities are supposed to be to help these type of dogs, this type of situation. Hey! Just shows you how good our system is. We see the TV programs about raising money for the RSPCA, raising money for these charities, and when it comes to having to do a little bit of work and that, they don't want to know about it. Gets on my tits a bit, really. Good boy. Good boy. So I'm going to keep going for another 5 or 10 minutes. I don't want to bore you because this is all we're going to do, but hopefully I'll remember to keep updating you on Bob's progress.